All right, guys. Good morning. Um, if you have any questions about any of your assignments so far, you can put them in the text box here in a little while. We'll cover that again. Um, so I wanted to do something. I know that this is all different for us, but I wanted to do something to kind of replace Expert Friday. Um, and I had an idea. It is we're gonna so every Friday we'll have an engineering challenge. Okay, so every week it'll be different. I'll assign it on Friday, and it will be due the next Friday. The next Friday we'll kind of use the first half of class, kind of like show and tell. So you'll get to explain what you did. You'll explain how it worked. All those things if you log into class. Um, this week's challenge is to catch a fish. Okay. Now, being the first week, there's quite a few things we've got to cover to make sure you understand what's going on. Okay. Um, in the chat box, everybody kind of just click in and make sure I know that you can hear me. Just say hey if you can hear me in the chat box. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So let me. Good job, guys. Thank you. Bonjour. Look at that, boy. You fancy. All right. Uh, Let me figure out how I did this the other day. Yeah, okay. Let me show you your assignment. There's really two big parts you really need to know about. Right here. Okay, so everybody can see my screen. Turn your microphones off and tell me if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No? Who said no?
Yeah.
Who said no?
Yeah.
Brandon, how come you can't see it, bud?
Yeah.
Brandon, are you there? Okay. I don't know what happened to Brandon. I guess he clicked
I'm right
out.
here.
Okay. Why can you not see my screen, bud?
I don't know.
What can you see?
I just see your little font over logo thing.
Okay. Maybe it might be your internet connection. I'm not real sure what that is, but you can go on Google Class and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the assignment is called Friday Engineering Design Challenge. Catch a fish. And your rules say this week's challenge is for you to create a fishing bait. And there are 4 rules. Rule 1, your design must include 4 different materials. Okay? That does not include the string. Rule number 2, your design must be able to hold up in water for at least 5 casts. Rule 3, your design must be able to be tied to fishing string. And then 4, in paragraph form, write a report outlining the engineering design process and how you used each step in your fishing bait design. Include pictures of your design and bait in the report. So, you guys will have to use cell phones, obviously, to get pictures. You do have to take pictures of what's going on. Let's look at 2 more things. So this link right here takes you to it's actually a NASA website, but it outlines the engineering design process. Can I get y'all to, hey guys, mute your microphones for me again. Thank you. Okay, so this is the engineering design process. If you notice, it's not a straight line, it's a circle. Because technically, you can jump into the engineering design process at any place. Ask, imagine, plan, create, experiment, improve. Sometimes we just make something, put it together, right? And after you do that, you could experiment with it, and then you can improve it, and then you can ask, how can I make this better, even better, and then you can imagine how that goes. Then you can make a plan, and then you create something else even better. You could jump in anywhere. We're going to jump in by asking a question. The question is, how can you create a fishing bait that hopefully can catch fish? So right now we're imagining that. So hopefully I know it's early for some of you guys, but your brains are moving around and you're working, you're processing some of those ideas. and then you'll plan it, okay? And then you'll create it, and then you'll experiment with it. So you'll throw it in the water and try to catch fish. And then after that, you'll improve on it. So you're actually probably going to make probably at least 2 different things, maybe more. This website does a really good job of going into detail. It explains all those things for you right there. I'm not going to read those. I just summed them up for you, but you can read that. And also, there's a video that I highly, 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 highly encourage you. Hint, hint, hint. You better do it. Watch the video, please. Thank you, guys. All right. Okay, so that's that website. And then we also have your rubric. So this is literally how I'm going to score you, okay? This is very important. You need to be able to understand your rubric. So you'll be graded for materials. Don't even worry about the middle part. Let's look how you get a 0 and then how you get 20 points for your materials. You get a 0 by not creating anything, okay? So you show up at the table and you ain't got nothing. That's a 0. You get a 20 by having at least 4 different materials and they're using design, and the fishing string does not count. So if you put something together that's 4 things, boom, you get 20 points, okay? Now, obviously, I want you to put more effort into it than that, but use your brain. Okay, watertight. To get a 0, it falls apart as soon as it hits the water. To get a 20, it holds up in the water for, it should be, not 25, sorry. It should be 5 to 6 casts. I'll edit that. So if you get 5 or more casts, then you get 20 points. Attached to the fishing line. 0 is you can't, for some reason, you can't even tie it to fishing string. Maybe it's so heavy, I don't know. But you can't even tie it to the fishing string. But you get 20 points. It can be tied to the line, and it stays on the line for 6+ casts. Your report. You get 0 points if you don't have a report. And you get 20 points if your report is multiple paragraphs, explains in detail how the EDP, what the EDP is, and how you use it to create your bait. Now, let's talk about that for a minute. So if I was a 7th grade student in Coach Harper's class, when I wrote my report, I would use this website right here. Does everybody see that? Those 6 little bullet points? Okay. So I would say that in the engineering design process, one of the first steps is to ask. When you ask a question, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So on and so forth. In designing my fishing bait, we asked a question as a class. How can I create a fishing bait that can catch a fish? Or what materials do I need to be able to catch a fish? Okay? And then imagine. And so it says student brainstorm solutions and researches ideas. You will need to do some research. You will need to tell me about your research in your writing. So I don't know what kind of fish you want to catch. Maybe you want to catch a catfish. Maybe you want to catch a bass. Maybe a crappie. Maybe a trout. You ain't going to catch no trout around here, but whatever, okay? So you need to research what that type of fish eats. What is it attracted to? And include that in your report. And then create, test, and improve. Okay? That's a good little cheat sheet for you for your report. Okay? And then photos. You get a 0 for no photos. You get a 20 if you include detailed photos showing the process of creation, the application of the invention, and the results. So what does that mean? I need pictures of you making this thing. I need pictures of it being complete. I need pictures of you trying it out. And then I need pictures of you making it better. Okay? I think it said it doesn't have it on the rubric, but I think it said it up here. Let me see. Yes, bonus. If you have proof that you caught a fish on your bait, you get 10 bonus points. Right. Let me turn this off. Okay, any questions, guys? Put it in the text box here. Let me check the text box out because I've been gone for a minute. Okay, what's happening? I can't see it. Yeah. Okay, any questions? If you have questions, put them in the box for me. Kellen, do you have questions? He said, yeah. Where can you fish? I don't know. You don't have to fish. If you can fish though, that's how you get your bonus points. Yes, you make a bait to try to catch a fish. Your parents can help, but I won't. Like, your parents can help you like getting the materials, right? I want this to come from your brain, and I want you to make it, okay? Because it's easy for it would be easier. I want to see what I'm not. Your parents don't get a grade for it, right? You get the grade for it. So, yeah, good question, Kason. Charlie, thank you. Good question. I need to clarify that. A fish hook, I will let you include that as a material. Yes, you can. Zoe, if it's something that is like dangerous, you can let your parents do it. But I want this to be your thing. I want it to look like you. I want you to make it. Okay. I don't want mom or dad to make this. Yeah. Great question though. All right, guys. That's all I've got today. I want you to make some really great fishing baits. If you have ideas for design challenges you would like in the future, you can shoot them. You can shoot them to me. Brandon, that's up to you what color it is. Okay. Different colors are for different things. So you decide that and tell me why you chose that. If you have ideas for, hold on one second, guys. If you have ideas for future challenges, you can send me emails and I'll check them out. No guarantees we'll use them, but we will definitely think about it. Riley, yeah, so no, fishing line does not count as material. I talked about that earlier. Okay. All right. That's all I got. Kellen, I need you to stick around for me, bud. Everybody else, you can go ahead and log out. If you have questions, then stick around and ask them. Have a good day, guys.
All right, you too.
Coach Harper, this is Tyra. I never got the work for the thing.
Oh, yeah. I'll send that to you today, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Tyra.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See you later, guys. All right, Kellen, unmute your microphone, bud.